Thank you for tuning into the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and interdimensional seer. Together, they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources. Make sure to post your questions and comments below. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We have a roundtable with Unit 374, which we haven't talked too much about, but I'm going to do a brief introduction. And this is a team that was created by Lincoln Clay, and Peter's here joining us. But before we get into introductions, let me give you, I'm going to do a shared screen, and we're going to go right into the ACIO site. Okay, this is the ACIO official site, and we're going to go to Unit 374. For some reason, we're getting some glitches here. There it is. So, Special Operations Unit number 374 was formed in another alternate reality on Earth where the growing frequency of wide-scale planetary and interplanetary conflicts fueled a large demand for elite-level super soldiers to be deployed on demand. Unit 374 is amongst the most elite and specialized groups from within the Black Ops classification and are the first to come forward to disclose their history, background, and the nature of some of their assignments. Below, we will explore some of the members of the unit. Many of the members mentioned below are also prominent members of Kruger who have also been featured as associates of the ACIO in our previous reports. Everyone knows who Lincoln Clay is. He is the first main commander-in-chief, tactics specialist, and time traveler. Clay's military career began during an alternate reality event called the Earth Defense War against an invasive cyborg ET race. This war took place in 1948, however, did not play out in our present day reality. During the war, circumstances took a drastic turn for the worst as the Earth forces displayed poor organization and coordination against the enemy, which culminated in an event where many of the top commanders were killed in a major attack. During the war, Lincoln proved to be an excellent tactics advisor and quickly rose among the ranks, starting as a random soldier and eventually progressing towards being among the highest-ranking commanders during the war. On one hand, he had enough courage to surpass even the most seasoned veterans while still having the fortitude to lead and coordinate another offensive time and time again. Clay had amongst the most decorated combat records during the war, but was most heavily noted for his heroics and bravery during the siege of Boston. Not long after proving his effectiveness and leadership in nearly all forms of combat, Lincoln Clay was appointed as the leader of Unit number 374 and among the most highly decorated soldiers from within the SSP Black Ops divisions. One thing to note is that the popular video game Mafia 3 featured a character by the name of Lincoln Clay. The video game depicted of Clay used a character model that was largely inspired by the real-life version of Lincoln Clay, with Kruger and Unit 374 as part of the soft disclosure phenomenon further explained here. Of course, we know about Peter the Insider, who's here with us, who's the operations observer. And
I just wanted to say that I met Lincoln Clay. I met Lincoln Clay in this reality. Like, he actually came up to me and approached me, and that was an experience that I explained a while back ago. But that was very, he approached me in this reality.
And that's, you know, to verify, because a lot of people see that it's video games and that's not just the case.
That's what I went through when I saw him, because actually Peter told me he was going to approach me 2 months before he did. And 2 months later, a black man was standing there in a green Marine sweatshirt in the middle of nowhere, and right in my path where I was walking. So he obviously knew where I was going to be. And then he approached me, and he basically, knew the information about me being a fighter. And he's like, "Oh, hey, are you that fighter?" He's like, "Yeah, I've seen you fight, and I'm looking forward to your next one." And I asked him what he was doing, and he said that he had just gotten off of deployment. And I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. I didn't, even though Peter told me that Lincoln Clay was going to come up to me, I didn't really put 2 and 2 together on who I was seeing, because obviously all the memory wipes and all that. But then as I was walking away, he shook my hand, and he basically said, "My name's Jay." And as I was walking away, and it was Lincoln Clay, and that was when I met him.
Thank you for sharing, Anthony. That was Anthony Zender speaking, and we're going to go over Anthony's bio, and yeah, that's a great testimony. And I believe, you know, Peter has met him multiple times, worked with him directly, and everyone knows who Peter the Insider is. We've been doing shows since 2017 together, and so Peter is currently operating as a director of the ACIO's 12th Division. 12th Division is largely involved in monitoring and regulating the presence of ETs visiting the Earth and documenting their intentions towards the planet and humanity. And in recent years, Peter was officially sanctioned by the ACIO to begin disclosing critical intel to the public relating to humanity's involvement with different ETs and different corporations and players who are influencing the development of the planet from the shadows. Peter's specific role in the ACIO allows him to participate in a variety of key missions taken on by Unit 374 as an observer in order to report on key events and developments for public disclosure and documentation. This is
Yes,
Anthony Zender. Oh,
yes,
go ahead,
that's
Peter.
true. That's true. And just by the way, we've got several missions with Unit 374. I've got several missions with them, and with all of those people. And I started disclosure in 2016. Just by the way, for official note. And that's the stuff. Like I am just observer, if you want to call it that way, in this unit. But it's like to watch over something like that. Then active, do something active. You know, just for information.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, we know that you're very involved, and you have gone on missions with Lincoln in the past through Kruger. But so this is a new unit, and here's Anthony Zender, who just spoke up, saying that he had met Lincoln Clay. And so Anthony's bios, after several successful missions, Anthony Zender was approved to join Unit 374. Zender quickly proved himself as in combat early in his career, as he was faced with dire circumstances where his unit was heavily outnumbered in a seemingly hopeless situation. However, thanks to his brilliance and expertise in transporting soldiers and equipment quickly, he was able to turn the tide of battle into his favor by helping configure his unit to be as fast, efficient, and mobile as possible. He quickly made him renowned for being one of the top experts and strategists in effective transport. Within the unit, Zender was commonly referred to as Z, and became well known for his courage and valor at the siege of Tarkov, as he helped repel an attack alongside the UEDF, Unified Earth Defense Forces, against an aggressive alien race. For context, Tarkov is a Russian city that existed in another alternative reality in the Ural Mountains. In this alternate reality, much of the Earth's population was forced to retreat into highly concentrated regions after being displaced by the aggressive alien conflict. Of course, this historic scenario did not play out in our reality, however, was alluded to in the video game Escape from Tarkov. So we're going to say thank you, Peter, and thank you, Anthony, for being here today.
Thank you.
Next, we have
Thank you,
Olaf.
Jessica.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you, guys. We have Olaf Anderson. Olaf's role within the unit is highly specialized. While he did not originally have a military background, in his 20s, the Army did in fact notice his natural talent for coding hidden subliminal messages and codes through different types of images and art. Most of his works are painted, drawn, or even photographed on some occasion. The messages that Olaf is able to incorporate are often used as coded messages for Army and civil intelligence agencies. Many of his communications have often related to countermeasures against spy-related activities from other potential alien invaders. Often Olaf claims that he gains spontaneous inspirations for pictures out of nowhere throughout the day. However, it is clear that there is nothing random or spontaneous about his inspirations, but rather they are acting as encrypted data transmissions with a specific purpose. So, and Olaf was also a part of Kruger as well, and so is Anthony. So thank you, Olaf, for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
We have Tyson Labose, who's aka, well, also known as Taino, terrain mapping specialist. Tyson came in, he's within the unit 374. Tyson is the most effective at mapping local terrain and performing critical reconnaissance, which is necessary for properly planning and outlining the correct parameters for each mission. His incredibly fast and effective parkour movements and mobility allow him to be incredibly efficient in covering massive ground while also being detail-oriented enough to document local terrain and conditions accurately. During one specific mission at Area 51, Tyson was forced to rely on his incredible speed as a runner to where he was able to move between atoms and molecules when Area 51 was struck in a time-space anomaly. In the official report, this would, I'm assuming, comes from the ACIO, it was thanks to Tyson's valor and incredible talents that he was able to correct and help restore the underground base back to its original state. Later on, Labose eventually made multiple clones of himself, where one of which ended up residing here in our current present reality. Thank you, Tyson, for being here.
Thank you.
Our next person is Fry Wills, pilot and vehicle specialist. According to official reports, Fry Wills was the first man who piloted a spaceship with the ability to fly faster than light. Wills flew an array of different missions across at least 3 universes, some of them being with Dark Fleet, the Nachtwaffen region. Later on, Fry would come to describe his experience humorously as a university of piloting, while also having to deal with all kinds of random flying objects. Fry was chosen to be a part of 374 not only because he is among the best pilots available, but also because he is an excellent mechanic in his own right who can fix, repair, and problem solve under nearly any circumstance so that the unit can continue to travel to their destination. Thank you for being here, Fry.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Oh, great. So we're going to go on to Mike Nakamishi. And Nakamishi works in partnership with a variety of advanced corporations such as Kruger Scientific, doing research and development of a wide variety of purposes. Much of his work within 374 involves analyzing data collected by the unit for missions for various applications, such as creating multi-dimensional portals to other contexts of existence. Much of Nakamishi's work also involves the development of advanced medical and healing technologies. As benevolent as this may sound, there is always the risk that anyone with the wrong intentions can use the underlying principles driving these technologies to develop deadly weapons. This is the reason why much of Nakamishi's time is spent encrypting his data and research with the help of Olaf. There we go. And here is our group. Peter is going to start off the presentation, and others can join in, and he can ask questions or however it wants to work. People, yeah, just raise your hands when you have a question. Okay, Peter, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you. So last was 3 months approximately. That's kind of problem. Let's say quite problem, because I cannot, or let's say it's hard to determine which kind of time frame it was in your reality, technically in our reality. But we as unit was sent to special country, you know, or let's say to specific region of big country, and because this region was highly unstable. They've got a reactor which made everything wrong. That means strange, literally like French-ish. That means, I don't know, there wasn't, if you got out, I don't know, for example, sand was almost like water. Water was like sand. Everything was weird and strange. There was no, I don't want to say no, but very little gravitation, almost like on Mount, on Moon or whatever. Everything was strange, and I was like, okay, what the heck is going on here? And then we get to this factory, and we get to this, how can I say it, to this information, to this knowledge that they've got this reactor, and the reactor was overloaded, and they were like, okay, what the heck should we do right now? Should we shut the reactor down? We don't know how to do it. I mean, in order not to create another, quotes in quotes, create, quotes in quotes, another Chernobyl or whatever. They don't know. And that is the crazy part of this, and this is it. This is not revelation, this is the story, because technically story, it doesn't make any sense, so it's story, but it's really happened that the reactor kept creating some sort of bubble of abnormality, because it all the time created more and more, you know, power, and it should explode or whatever. But instead of it, it created, try to guess what, entrance to wormhole. Okay, that's it, wormholes. If no, I am smiling, but it's desperate laugh. If it's desperate laugh, okay. It all the time those types of creators, no, it's not atomic reactor, different type of reactors, and okay, and we were like, okay, why in the world we are here? And once we start to talk about the situation, we start to analyze the whole stuff, and then we start to analyze, or let's say we start to manage when and where should be vantage points, and where should be and when should be we use them. Try to guess what happened. We even didn't do that. We cannot do this. We didn't finish this because we ended up in creepy crap reality. In reality, we made a show about, but that's very good because we've got now all the unit 374, all of the members right now. Sorry.
And I think we're missing one or two.
Who?
Mooney?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ted?
We are 8. It looks like we are 8.
Oh yeah, we're definitely missing Theodore. We're definitely missing Ted. He's a very talkative person.
Yeah, he was...
Okay.
Yep.
So I don't know.
This is the reality that we talked about earlier in the previous, your last show, where it was in the region of the former Soviet Union, and you had a jumping point in Kazakhstan
and the China border. And I was like, okay, but even this is the problem, because I know those mountains. I know this region, and it wasn't this region. So, do you know what I mean? Everything was fake. It doesn't make any sense. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It was crazy. They were saying us something, but it's not true. Respectively, it wasn't true. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe it was like, okay, we were in Kazakhstan, but in different part or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And that was the problem. But screw it. I don't want to say screw it, but do you know what I mean? Fine. And then, suddenly out of nowhere, we was in this crazy reality. You know what I mean? And I don't know. There were those wormholes, and literally you can, quotes in quotes, cook. It is like, do you know what I mean? You've got like pastrami, you've got pizza, you've got whatever. Like, cook your reality. Literally, it's absolutely crazy. It doesn't make any sense in their reality, because everything was so screwed that you can create your own reality, what you like. In their reality, it's like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, your own personal ideal matrix, if you want to call it that way. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't make any sense. It's like, do you know what I mean? You will be literally like in this egg. Do you know what I mean? Like from the movie. So I don't want to say like that, but something
Which movie?
like the Matrix.
Which movie? The Matrix. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So everybody's like separated. Everybody's separated from each other in their own reality.
Yes. Exactly. They can do it. They can fake it. Yes. Or let's say those people, if they want to be faken by quotes in quotes central intelligence, do you know what I mean? They can do so. But I was like, what in the world is that crap about? And you will be unpleasantly surprised how many people they know. I mean that they are living. I don't know how many feet down under. I mean under the surface. That do you know what I mean? On surface that it's contaminated and all kind of those crazy problems. But they want that if they want to escape, right? No, they don't need to have to go to connect backbone like in the movie Matrix movie. No. Like turn on like you know hand watch. I mean wristwatch. Yeah, and I was like, what in the world is this? Those wristwatch? No, don't do it. Like it's a wristwatch. What's the problem? And they touch the wristwatch and they like, do you know what I mean? Like they're how can I say it? Like paralyzed or mesmerized or whatever, and they were in this, I don't know, sleeping reality or whatever. It was total crazy, geez. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Everyone was living underground. People, what was more important was they were trading money. Money didn't, trading food and supplies. They didn't. This was from the last show. You guys can review that if you want. But do you want to talk about people's involvement there, what you saw some of the members do, and maybe open that up a bit?
You mean are you asking me?
Yeah. Why don't you? Can you tell like what some of the members were doing? You know, like what was Anthony doing? What was Olaf doing? What was Tyson doing? You know, or Fred or Michael?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting thing because there were those crazy, I don't know, they look very weird. They were small. They were like you know, crossbreeds in between wolves and dingoes, but not like that. And you are thinking like, what the heck is that? It's like they were like a werewolves. That means like you know, they were people, but like feral people, right? And they were not eating nothing, but they need blood. So literally like that, right? And they were very fast and strong, and he was doing but I cannot remember which kind of martial art, Anthony. I cannot remember because nobody can stop them. Nobody except you, because they were fast and they want to suck the blood from us. They were so crazy, geez.
I've discovered that there is a martial art, you know, I mean, there through all of them, but there's one called Anasetsuken, which is the Assassination Fist, which is just like the most deadliest martial art that there is.
But it's from Japan, or?
Yeah, well, yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah, because they were they or them they were crazy.
It could have just been everything mixed together too, like all the martial arts mixed together. That would be the ultimate martial art, like Wing Chun with Aikido and Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling and just everything mixed together. That would be like just the ultimate martial art.
Yeah, because those hybrids, whatever, like dingo-ish, wolf-ish, whatever, they were mixed together, as I said. But this is it. They they look like normal people, but, and this is the problem, like, nah, this is a legend. No, you don't believe on legends. But this is the problem. It's always like not only like, how can I say it, reality of catastrophe, but the reality of legends. Do you know what I mean? That was crazy. Jesus. They don't eat. They don't drink. I mean, sorry, yes, except blood. Yes, they drink blood. Yeah. But I mean, they don't drink water or a juice or, I don't know, alcohol or whatever. And they, we were sleeping, and they were shouting like I don't know, like snakes or whatever. And you are pretty much the only one of us, Anthony, you who knows how to do it, with the martial art. So there was three of them. They were, I don't know, like something less than 6 feet tall, and once you defeat them, then we have no problems with them. But it was pretty much fine. I'm just saying,
What about Olaf?
Yeah, I was just saying. Was just about to say that you that technically, sorry, Olaf was using this E2. That means this stuff like this machine, Enigma the version second, and it was so crazy because it was like, what the heck is that doing? And it was very interesting mixture of pictures and sounds. But I was like, okay, why in the world someone will send pictures and sounds? But I mean send. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Send. And he was smiling. You need to think. You need to think. And I was like, okay. And then what the heck is this? And what the heck is that? And I was like, ah, okay, okay, that's smart. But give me a second, that's the problem. I was trying to get multiple times how in the world I can crack this code. No way. I mean, no, what in the world is problem here? And then I got it. Because it started in the middle. It started in the middle, Jesus. In the middle of the code. Do you know what I mean? Like the fractal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like fractal? But do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like fractal, what started in the middle. It doesn't make sense for us, but for them, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Olaf, you can respond to him.
Actually, I don't remember anything from the mission you are talking about, Peter. I have certain problems with my memories. But I'm familiar when you say sound and pictures, because each color has its own frequency, and tones as well have their own frequencies, so you can actually combine colors and sound to make patterns and to send out certain messages. So it makes sense, yeah.
Have you ever worked with fractals, Olaf, here?
Well, I do have a recall connected to a multi-dimensional key device. I'm familiar using that device, and I think we used it in some of these missions recently. Maybe Michael and I use that device. I'm not sure, but the multidimensional key device is very important when it comes to portals and to enter dimensions or realities. So I also remember, by the way, Anthony, I remember as well seeing Lincoln Clay. I just want to say that. I think it was the same year, wasn't it? We talked about that. I saw him in a grocery store, not far from where I live. So that was crazy. Yeah, just wanna, before I forget to tell you. Yeah.
Okay, Peter.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy stuff to do there, because I was like, yeah, you know, and those people, we want to help them, they don't want, because, how can I call it properly or say that properly? The bad way, the bad things, the bad what they have been to, the bad things, I mean, the bad environment they've been living in, everything bad, they believe it's fine. They believe it's like, do you know what I mean? They never saw anything like, I mean, anything other at all. And if and this is it, not if, but when we start or to help them, they were like, no, 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 this is our way, this is our way, this is our way. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, this is our way of living or whatever. And we were like, what? What do you mean by our way of living? We just want to help you. And we were like, sorry, they were, my bad. They were like, what do you mean help? And I was like, holy crap, this is the problem. You know what I'm trying to say? This is real problem. They don't know it. Because, for example, they don't, as I said, they don't have money. So their quotes in quotes money is, I don't know, like, you know, bread, any type of food, so vegetables, you know, food. Sorry, I mean fruits, vegetables, so food, anything. No.
Peter?
Yeah.
So, yeah, when we realize that this reality, which is really a bad situation, the only location in the globe in this other reality
give me a second, please. But give me a second. Or for example, ammunition or weapons, everything. That was sorry for that. I just want to finish it. That was their money, ammunition, weapons, everything. But that's the problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say, hey, we are in a good situation. No, but I was like, what in the world is going on in this reality? Do you know what I mean? And they were, how can I say it, like, okay with that. So okay. They were like, what the heck should we do? It's fine. And I was like, it's not fine, it's bad. And they were like, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
That's all that they knew. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but everything. Sorry. One very important thing. We forget to say. 60 and 80% of this, that reality we was trapped for, I don't know, it was like, as I counted it, 3 months in here, in this time, it was like in 60 and or 80%, it was like Metro-ish kind of game series.
The video game Metro.
Yes, video games, yes.
But that's where only that region of the world exists. Everything else is destroyed, right?
I don't want to say exist. Everything was, but it was so contaminated that you cannot live there simply. You cannot. It was either radiation. Yeah. It was either radiation or, I don't know, like chemical or biological or biochemical weapons or electromagnetical pulses or whatever, you know. Everything, as it is said, you know, like all wrong.
Can I ask a question, Peter? Is this bleeding through into our reality right now? Is that why we're going through such strange political and world types of upheaval?
From my point of view, if I will not be, it is not like, do you know what I mean? Let's say, like, okay, we will be for quotes in quotes couple days. I mean, from their point of view, right? From their point of view. But we've been for months, maybe for, I don't know, 1.5, almost 2 years. I'm saying, please, I'm saying from their point of view, okay? Because time flowing, I mean speed of time, it's different, right? And if I am looking at it, it's definitely true. You are right. You are right. Definitely.
And that's why it's important that this unit 374, and I know that you told me Lincoln Clay had lost quite a few of his soldiers, and so he had to bring in the more people that were to help in that other reality, because it impacts what's happening here. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. This is definitely like what is happening there in that reality. It's some sort of bleed truth here, because once again, if I will be only for, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 years or 1 week there in their reality, it's like, you cannot get it, like you cannot get oriented, quotes in quotes, feel it.
Because
Do you know
of
what I'm
the convergence that's happening, right, of realities. And I've seen the concept, on the Marvel movies, and they say it's called the convergence, where the realities are bleeding through to each other.
Absolutely, Anthony. But do you know what? This is the problem. This can be big issue, my friend. Very big issue, because try to think what can happen once they will do it all the time, those realities.
No, it's in the Marvel movies, they actually explain the convergence really, really, really well, like its disclosure and about how dangerous it is with all these realities merging into each other, and what you have to do in each reality to keep them, from bleeding over into each other. And that's what we're doing. And that's what I understand. That's what we're doing for. So, but I did want to ask about one important thing, though, was the event with the Georgia Guidestones being blown up, and CERN. Like, I just wanted to know what happened with the Georgia Guidestones. Like, was that a directed energy weapon, or what information?
And now we kind of lost Anthony. Oh no.
It's a touchy subject there, Georgia Guidestones. I was there only a few days before it happened. They had me go over there on a mission to clear something, and then that happened. And I had some
kind of what in the world happened with Anthony?
He got cut off because it was a sensitive topic.
Way too sensitive. Okay.
Okay, he says he has an incoming call. Ralph Dess said he had.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll get back to that when he comes back. Why don't we let's bring in Tyson, and why don't you tell us what Tyson was doing there in that other reality?
That's very important. Let's say, Tyson or Ty was very important, member of the mission. I mean, sorry, the member of unit during the mission, but we are calling it the important part of the mission was everyone, within the unit. And because literally, and I mean it for real, literally, we was able to see how the reality was destroyed, and it was like, what in the world is that? I don't know, you was in sorry, important note, everything was very deep underground, very deep, okay, very first stuff. And okay, you are deep underground, you open, or we open the door to this hallway. The door, it was like, if you want to call it a house, but you know, consider that it was very deep underground, and we want to go to this hallway. And no, it is not hallway, it's like we are calling it hallway and whatever, and it's nothing there. It's nothing there. It's simply, you know, or there should be, I don't know, there should be a street. Do you know what I'm trying to say? There should be a street, and there is nothing. Just pure what? And that's the problem. Pure what? Pure nothing. And you, Tyson, you was like, okay, where are you? And we were like, okay, what do you mean you? And we open the door, and there were those kind of, you know, it was so weird. It was like somebody will make a stitches. I don't know, like horse stitches, or I mean, you know, on horse or skin or cow skin. And we're like, what the heck is wrong with this reality? It should be a huge street or whatever, or we don't know what should be technically, because everything was messy, and you disappeared. I'm talking about you, Tyson. And then you was like, come on, why you don't want to help me? And you hold with your one bare hand, I don't know how can I, static-ish, you know, and it makes some sort of very weird noise, and it was like, come on, just do it, and and it was this sound, and you made this. You made the quotes in quotes. You closed the hole in this reality, and we were like, what? And you was like, I told you guys. That was crazy. That was crazy, man. And all kind of those stuff. Yeah. Literally. It was pretty much something like, I don't know, Haunting of the Hill House or whatever. This horror movie or horror TV show, I don't know. And it's pretty much something like in there. That means it's huge mansion, old school, old type, like Victorian-ish type, but you are going inside, but you cannot, once you go in, you cannot get out, you know. And you got here, I mean, sorry, you went in some sort of weird ass house, because we need spare parts, and spare parts were in, it was like mechanic whatever shop, and I don't know, I was like, okay, this is in Russian, fine, not a big deal, because I'm Slavic, so I can read and speak Russian. No, don't go there, don't go there, it's cursed house, exactly like haunting on the hill house. So that means once someone go there, nobody can go out. And you was like, yeah, Jesus, so many spare parts. So many spare parts. And they were like, how is it possible that you've got all the spare parts? And he was like, they are so heavy, yes. That was, I'm just saying, and he was pretty much the first who, quotes in quotes, uncursed it. That doesn't mean, yes, haunting on the hill house. It doesn't mean like uncursed, but pretty much there was some sort of space anomaly, and you make it right, or I don't know, you made it right, or I don't know how to say it. And they don't know. They have no idea what you did. Me too, just by the way. It doesn't matter. Because we were happy that you did so. I'm just saying, and the many other stuff. And those feral people, you break them, you cut them their road. Rabbana clones. Do you know what we talk about? Rabbana clones or Rabbana clones. Yeah, and they want to attack us first, and then once they know, or once they realize that we've got the talisman, the amulets, and they are in danger instead of us, you helped us a lot, so there are a lot of stuff, Ravanas. Yep, they are crazy. They are crazy. Yeah.
Do you want to say something, Tyson?
Sure. To the group and Peter, on May 28th, I did have a memory in which I had to go on the surface, but the surface was dark, destroyed. Um, I mean, really chaotic. And this was a couple days before you shared the what's it called again? The back rooms with the people with the not hazmat. Is it hazmat or
Yeah, hazmat suits.
suits, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Peter, I seen quickly. I was doing like a recon on the field, and I saw this helicopter, but didn't had a gel boom, a tail boom, sorry. And you had two. I came to find out, scientists, mercenaries, two on each side of the landing slides, and the helicopter was rectangle.
Yes.
So, what's it called again?
Dark rooms are very bad. Dark rooms are very bad.
Yeah. But I've seen that these mercenaries were, my notes were attached to umbrella. So those umbrella had to do something with the chaotic environment into that reality.
Yes, definitely, because you know you can fix the reality. I mean, if reality is broken or whatever, and you can fix it, so that means literally like you know, once dogs can smell or cats can see, especially in the dark, you know. And this is it, like you can feel, I mean, you know, like you can feel it like, what in the world, it doesn't make any sense, you know. So once there are abnormalities, you can simply make it as it should be. It's not a big deal. I mean, not for us, but for you, not a big deal. But backrooms are, Jesus Christ, those are very bad. Jeez. Yes.
And the
And
thing,
I don't want
yeah,
to call them mercenaries, but I don't know how can I how should we call them?
my thing was like, they were scientists, but only doing stuff to against the people. Well, the guys in the hazmat suit, yeah, or if they're guys, I don't know.
Yeah, but question is if them you believed they were guys, if they were guys, or if they were not robots, aka androids, or hybrids, or crossbreeds. Do you know
Mhm,
what I'm trying to say?
mhm.
It's hard to determine, hard to differ. And there in their reality, holy crap, that was, yeah, a lot of enemies, a lot of enemies.
And but it makes sense uh, when you start to told on June, early June, right? That
Hmm.
place at the surface had radiation, and one could not stay up there. If not, that will be against in one. So when I extract intel on that memory recall, so I've seen that what I've seen the strange helicopter with the foreman his hazmat suit is where when I went at the surface, I did not stay that long because I got confirmation that the scenery at the surface had a lot of radiation. I could go there for a while, but not stay there too long though. So that's what I could link, and that's what I said. Okay, it makes sense when you start sharing that place at the surface had a lot of radiation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but then they injected us with those injections, and then we were immune for I mean against radiation. But I don't want to try to be perfectly honest. They only said that, but I was like, I don't wanna risk it. No, I don't
So
wanna risk it.
a short period of time, you could get killed, right? Because you said it was EMPs were hit as well. So there people were going crazy. They were on above service in that area.
Jesus, that was crazy. They were few dozens of Tesla because it was like few Teslas, normal Teslas. I don't know, like in between one and a half, or two or three and a half Teslas. If you go to quotes in quotes tunnel, that means MRI scan for your body and medicine, and they've got like the less, I mean the least. Sorry for that. they've got like 80 or 90 Tesla or whatever, and then hundreds of them. Jesus Christ. And you got crazy, you know, because of the EMP. That's crazy.
Do you remember what you were doing on the surface, Tyson?
Oh yeah, I had to. Memory was short actually, but I was scrolling actually, and I had to, had to do a reconnaissance of the field where we were. Uh, that's the that's quite about it. Um, but after this, um, I only extract a few intel regarding this, but it's only when Peter talked about this on June and I said, listen, I think it makes sense. And I could connect that memory with that particular reality. But beside this, no, I don't. I don't have an older memory or info regarding this.
Yes, because we most of us were wiped. I mean, or I don't want to say wiped, but you know what I mean. It was very specifically and carefully, how can we say it correctly, buried, because they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to us, they don't want us to talk about it publicly. Of course they don't. Okay. Sorry, Olaf want to say something.
I was thinking about something. It's a recall, maybe related. I'm not sure, but probably in the same time frame. I had a close combat scene, like a scenario with a bunch of guys, and they were all dressed in the like this 50s outfit, like a normal suit, but they looked more or less like as from the 50s, 60s, the style. And they look more or less the same. Is this recall related to the mission somehow?
Yes, because we need to get that in Atoll Bikini, right? In January 1st, 1957, that was this catastrophe, right? I mean, the catastrophe occurred, or if we say, or if we want to say, happened, right? Happened. And B, or let's say, despite it should be absolutely secret, the atomic test, Castle Bravo, ended up disaster, like a disaster, and from in between 4 to 5 megatons, approximately. Okay, it ended up 15 approximately 15 megatons, and this is absolutely another stuff. I mean, this is another stuff. What's the problem? I'm just saying, you know. So technically,
So that's the Marshall Islands, Bikini Atoll. Is that what you're saying?
yes. This is another, how can I say it? Yes, another, let's say, another situation, or another, how can we call it properly? Another, what happened, you know, because they absolutely make miscalculation. I can't say it properly. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did
Yeah.
you oh, go ahead, Tyson.
Yeah. And regarding this reality, I don't know. I think there's things that we cannot talk about this, but for somehow the I've seen that Shawhouse was implicated as well, Peter, in the group.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, regarding the hazmat, the foreman with hazmat suit on the helicopter, right? When remember Peter when you mentioned that um, part of this reality was hell because I think the group we've been compromised. I don't want to go too much into it, but uh, by extracting information, I saw that not only Umbrella but even Shaw House was selling info to Umbrella to make it um, even a messier reality.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Peter, would you like to move on and talk to Fred, aka Fry, and share some of his?
That would be actually good, but I don't know if he's still with
Are you still
us
with
or
us,
not.
Fred?
But I'm just saying that this is the good part of our revelation. What you are saying, Tyson or Ty. This is important. Yeah. But I was just saying, like, according what you say. Uh,
Peter, is your connection okay? Are you there, Peter? I think you brought up the Shaw House, Tyson, and that's sometimes then they show up. I don't
I'm
know how
here.
they do. Okay, everything okay?
I'm here.
All
I'm
right.
here. I was just saying. I was just saying that this is another positive confirmation. You know that operation.
Peter, it's going in and out. We got some connection issues, maybe.
And you are not hearing me, or?
No, I'm not. I don't know if anyone else is, but.
And you are not hearing me, or?
I'm hearing you
No,
now.
as soon as you said operation, cut out. As soon as you said opera, I don't know. you were giving a name of an operation.
Okay. So there were two operations, like Operation Castle and Operation Dominic, and it was Castle was in 50s and Dominic in 60s, and that's confirmation. Do you know what I mean? Like of it. I'm just saying, you know. I mean, guys from 50s and 60s. I'm just saying. Do you know what I mean? That's it.
And how was that similar to this mission here?
No, I'm just saying that what is Fry saying? Do you know what I mean? That he saw
Tyson?
those guys. Yeah,
Tyson said
Tyson.
That.
Sorry for that, Tyson. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I don't know if Fry's still here or not.
That's a question.
But Anthony's back. Anthony was going to ask a question. Are you still here, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm here. I just, you know, I was going to ask about the event of the Georgia Guidestones being taken out and being toppled, and also what happened at CERN. So, like, I was going to ask, was it a directed energy weapon that took out the Guidestones? Because now,
yep, you are right.
Can we say who actually did it?
Oh, that's kind of
not a good idea. I want to
say mystery, but I cannot say right now.
Yeah, they had me go out there a few days before, and I saw something regarding the Masonic Lodge through the dimensions, and I had it removed. And then all of a sudden, then this happened while I was still traveling.
Really?
Yeah. So it was on a Friday that I was there. I have some images, and I have pictures with the timestamp on it to prove where I was. But
no, I completely believe you.
Yeah, that was one of the many places that I went to. That they directed me. They gave me a whole, locate all these different locations that I needed to go to. And
I mean, like, now that it's taken out, now that they took out Guidestones, is that kind of like an indication now that we're in a new reality? Like we're coming into a new reality where they aren't in charge, obviously.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and I just kind of found it significant too that it was right after the day that they did something at CERN too. They were doing something at CERN, and then that happened to the Guidestones. So I just thought that might have a connection. Like we went to a new reality.
Tyson was on a mission as well at the same time. He was doing some things. Tyson, you want to say something?
Sure, but Fry is still here though.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm still here.
So if you want to say,
Peter, why don't you share with him? You guys, you want to show your faces?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
They were doing it earlier, so I don't know. Anthony isn't there, and neither is Fred. So Peter, can you share with Fry what his involvement was in this other reality, working with Unit 374?
I was just thinking about the whole, let's say, how can I say it, about the whole situation that you was the only one pilot, and that's the problem. Pilot underground, which kind of paradox and irony in the first place, and in the second place, the only one pilot who can fly with the aircraft which can transport into an ordinary places. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy, you know. It's like,
You mean he can transport it dimensionally?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like teleports and whatever, geez.
I believe I'm jumping timelines somehow. I just can't really explain how I'm jumping timelines, but I'm doing something with time. And my mind keep being erased. But I'm jumping timelines somehow.
What do you mean somehow?
I can't really explain it, but it's I go to the naval base at the and Philadelphia, and there they have these lasers that hit me with lasers, and I stare at the sun, and they use lasers on me at probably 200, 300 hit me at one time. During the process that I'm there, I can see them hit me with lasers, and some kind of way I can alter the clouds in the sky. I can cover the whole entire city of Philadelphia with clouds and a matter of an hour or so. And I took some pictures of the clouds, and the clouds have some type of simulation type of a computer in the clouds. I can see them. I can show you the photos of it when we hang up. But I'm doing something with the sky. It's just so hard to explain. And every time I travel everywhere I go, there's always a laser on my body. Helicopter with lasers hit me from the sky with the lights at all times. Beings are always following me. Everywhere I go, there's these robots following me around. They know everything I'm going to do, no matter what. There's no escape. It's like my whole entire reality has been hijacked. So I think we're living in a different reality of some sort. And I believe this all took place around when COVID hit in March of 2020, when my reality changed. So I think I keep changing and changing and changing. I just can't explain it. It's just so hard to even comprehend. But I know I'm changing stuff around. And the way I'm being followed now, like even right now, I'm talking to you guys, and it's constantly cars and people, no matter where I go hide at, they come and pull up to me, and they're downloading something from my body. So I believe there's some kind of codes in my body that they're using for something. So there's some kind of codes that's being used in my body. And when I had my Akashic record reading done, she was saying that I had. She said she was saying I had these codes in my body that it can change our whole entire reality, basically. And I'm not from this region at all. I'm not even part of this system. I don't have no ancestors here, none of that stuff. She said I'm like I have all these codes in my body that is needed for this reality. And the way I'm followed and all the beings around me, it has to be something to it. When I say it's people around me, thousands of people. If I travel anywhere, there's traffic on the expressway. It's all blocked off. They cause big accidents. But it seems they're all afraid of me when they see me, but they're afraid. I see fear in them, in the robots. So it's not like they try to hurt me, but they just always there, no matter where I go. If I go to the store, they're there, and they're using their cell phones on me, and they car headlights. So I believe it's something with the car headlights, which the cars aren't really cars. There's some type of holograms, a lot of these cars, and they use the headlights on me. If you notice, there's lights on me during daytime. It doesn't matter. And the cell phones, they always point the cameras at me at all times. No matter where I turn, a person had their camera, and they had these big conversations on me. So it's like I'm tied to something that's needed, and it's like I'm like a battery or some sort. But no matter where I go hide at, I see beings appear out of portals. I got some photos of them. They come out of portals. No matter where I go, they have to have somebody watch me. I don't care how deep in the woods I go, a person will pop out some kind of way. I don't have no way I could be alone. And my girlfriend also is part of the system. I noticed that because they feed her thoughts through the hive mind to try to keep me controlled. But I just play the game right now because I'm in this. I'm so deep into the game. I'm playing chess with it at this point. But I believe it's something to do with timelines because I can't recall stuff that happened yesterday or the day before. It's like it's always a new day. It's always a new day. It's like I live in the now, but I don't live nowhere else. I can't think about the past that much. I don't reminisce. It's always the now. And my intuition had me doing all these things with these airplanes that's not airplanes, but they shoot beams of light at me all day long, all night long. So they fly over my house, maybe 20 or 30 at night fly over my house, and they shoot these lights in my window when I go to the window. But I just follow my intuition. They always say, wake up, go to the window, and they had these lights hit me with these beams of lights all times. And I just don't understand why, but I know it's something. I know now they're more aggressive lately. So I think I'm close to wherever it is. I believe I'm very, very, very close to cracking it from based on the way they're around me. I mean, I think I'm really close, extremely close to cracking it. Wherever it is, I'm close to it. And they're extremely aggressive, but not confrontational towards me. Like now, cop this boy behind me on his motorcycle. It's just non-stop action, no matter what. There's no escape. But to me, they're robots and droids. They're not human beings. It's impossible to be human beings because they're too efficient, and they can scan me with their right eye and know what I'm thinking. And when I had my handler, he was able to stare at me with his right eye and know if I was sick. He knew everything about me. So he was some kind of a droid of some sort, but not a human being. And they're smart too. They read my thoughts. I could think something and say, "I'm gonna kill you, motherfuckers," and they'll run without me even saying it through my thoughts, type of thing. So I studied that they can read my thoughts. So I just don't understand what is going on totally, but I know my whole entire reality has been hijacked since March of 2020, since they had fake COVID popped up. And that's when everything started changing. That's when I started being followed like crazy ever since then. So it's something to do with our timelines might have changed or ended in March of 2020, but ever since then is when it been hell. Not hell, but it's been a circus. How about that?
I've been talking about robots for a long time, and I know that people think it's crazy, but I've been seeing them since I was about 5 years old, so I know what you're talking about, Fred. Go ahead, Anthony.
Like, I definitely know what it's like to be followed everywhere you go. Just last night, I had a helicopter flying around, circling the trailer that I'm in, with the spotlight on my house, and I know that yeah, these craft and these planes are not actually planes and helicopters. They are cloaked anti-gravity craft that follow us around, and they come to me in my dreams as well. They'll come into my dreams, tell me to stop talking and all that. They have been on me since I first noticed them in like 2010. It's constant all the time, and so I do know what you're talking about with being followed 24/7 in your life and in your dreams.
Yes, everywhere I go, and everybody I meet knows who I am. It seems it's like I'm like a show. Everybody knows me. It's everybody everywhere I go knows me.
Definitely part of being the TI and being a MyLab, you know. And I just wrote books about it and stuff. But it's difficult because you're always getting flown around. But that the technology is holographic. They're producing a holographic image of a plane, of a helicopter or whatever. But it's really an anti-gravity, like sleek looking craft that actually. They've come to me in my dreams and shown themselves, and they're super soldiers. They're cyborgs. That's what they are.
Are they on our side, or they are?
Well, that's what I want Peter. That's what I want Peter to answer, because that's what I've always wanted to know.
They know what we're doing in these other realities, and they follow us sometimes from the other realities.
You are right. That's true.
They're angry. Sometimes they're angry because we changed something in their space, or we're protecting something and they wanted to destroy something.
Yes. But you know, it's like they were here for long time, and I mean long time. Hundreds, dozens of hundreds of years, maybe millions of years, and someone as us, that means as us, we simply are here. I mean, appear here, I mean there from our point of view, and we want to change it. Nobody will be happy, believe me. You know what I'm trying to say.
They seem afraid of me. It's not like but they always around, but they still have a fear. If I get aggressive, they get out my way. They don't want no confrontation out of me at all. So that's even the cops are afraid of me. Everybody seems like they are scared of me for something. Everybody seems.
Is that because of the missions that he's doing, Peter? That they're afraid of?
Yes, because look, it's like system. It's definitely like as you see, Fry, and you are doing certain missions, Fry, and the Matrix. So that means quotes in quotes, Big Brother know that you are out of his system, out of Big Brother's system. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean. And Big Brother is not happy. Big Brother is not happy. You know what I mean? It is it.
Peter, we have Michael is back, and I don't know if he has to go back to work or not, but could you share a little bit about what he's doing in that other mission?
Yeah, he was analyzing some sort of very weird AI, mixed AI samples. It was like like humanoids, but with so many, chips and whatever. I mean, electronics and whatever. And then Einstein showed and Tesla showed, and you wrote some crazy math formulas, and you was like, this is not gonna end well, and you disappeared. And what I know, you stole certain how can I call it, like it was how can I say it, like small, literally like time shift, whatever it was, I don't know, very weird stuff, because now we need to protect our reality. And I was like, what the heck is that? And that was it, because uh, Tesla was very, very, very unhappy. He was bad about Elon Musk was misused his surname for his cars, and in their reality, so technically from their point of view, their reality, they misused whatever it was, and it was AI, like pure AI, and it was what, metaverse or whatever it was, like complete metaverse, like some sort of hybridization in between what was metaverse from Meta, that means Facebook, then then Google. Do you know what I mean? Everything together. And no, we should hide it, we should stop it. And technically, just thanks to them, or because to them, I don't know what's better to say, I don't know, we don't have it here. But I don't know if it is good or bad. I don't know. You need to say it, if it is good or bad. So it is hidden, you know.
Michael,
And
you
you
respond.
analyze it, you analyze it, and I mean you and you, I mean Mike, and then you was like, no, this is bad, this will not end up well, and all kind of those things. That will be that, or that was crazy. Jesus Christ. Holy crap.
Is that situation still ongoing, Peter? Or is...
Nope. I mean, give me a second. Yes, because technically nobody is up to... You know what I'm trying to say. Nobody is up to do crazy stuff. But if somebody will do it, I don't know. I don't know.
I think this is interesting because Mike and I had a conversation earlier about altered carbon, and I don't know if you want to share that at all.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, because that's all AI and you call it, so, like cyborgs, or all sorts of things.
Yeah, the show is based on the premise that in this future reality, humans have figured out how to transfer their consciousness into artificial bodies, and that's essentially what plays out in this Netflix show. So
Which kind of TV show?
The show Altered Carbon. I wasn't sure of how that connected to.
And what do you think about the show? Is it good or bad?
I personally thought it was very entertaining, but I feel like it really does encapsulate the transhumanist agenda that these elites are going for.
I brought it up because you said that you went to an event and someone actually showed up, like as Edgar Allan Poe, just like in the show. There was this AI character, and because Peter said that you were, kind of interacting with this AI component and trying to neutralize it.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy, Jesus. Because those I don't want to say. I don't want to say people. Those I want to say guys. Those whoever they were, but they were normal. They don't want to do anything bad to us. Definitely not. No, and I mean it for real. Definitely not. No, definitely not. Definitely
I believe they need our bodies for something. I believe we've been booby trapped in case something happened, that we are safe. There's like a safe thing on us that they need our bodies, but it's something on our bodies that they need. They can't kill us, it seems. And the people can be activated at any given time. Your aunt, your uncle, your dog, anybody. The hive mind can always activate them at will when need be.
That makes sense, pretty much. Still, they don't have emotions because they are artificial, But I mean, let's say you can program them, quotes in quotes, to have emotions, but they will not be real emotions. Oh man, this is mess.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, Peter. I mean, hopefully I'm doing some good work for you guys over there.
No, it was very good, because technically, but it was like, like something like we want to let's say literally save us from our own from our own progress. That's the problem. Progress will kill us. Jesus Christ.
You mean that, like, going so far into artificial intelligence and technology that we lose our humanity?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It will kill us, Jesus.
Yeah.
It will kill us.
Do you mind if I ask my involvement over there or whatever?
Yeah, because there were those weird, I don't know what they were. They were from, and that's the problem, it was down there, so it doesn't make any sense, but it was like that. So we were deep down under, but it was some sort of ocean-ish or whatever. And then there were those weird creatures living in the sea or in the ocean or whatever. And they want to get some sort of piece of info, like intel. And you was there, and they were bumbling something, literally like going to the surface. And it was like you was looking at that, and you was writing something, and it was so weird. It was very old dialect, full, like few dozens of years, of few dozens of thousands of years old dialect of ancient Sumerian. And I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Ancient Sumerians wasn't there. I was like, oh, okay, in another reality. And you was writing it, try to guess, to the circle. So it was absolutely crazy. So few layers and to another paper, to another paper. It was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So what was my role as communication, or?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting you said that, because I ended up going by was it the Norfolk Naval Base in Virginia Beach, and a few of the group connected with us. Tyson was there, Michael was there, and Rolf was there, and we ended up looking at some things, and some of them connected to it, and I saw these beings underneath the water. There was a gate there, and they almost looked like Anunnaki, but they were underwater. They were like amphibian, and it happened really fast. And
but do you know what is crazy? That you write, and you stop and get another paper, and then I was like, which paper is right? And then it was the numbering, but the numbering wasn't in our numbering system. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We've got numbering system. All of us, we know numbering system. But even the numbering system was, and it wasn't Roma numbering system. Everything was different. And I was like, okay, what in the world is that crap about? And that was it, you know.
Yeah, I know that there's something going on with the Anunnaki. It's really weird. There's like a fake one, and it's a female, and she's very aggressive. And I don't know if who she's trying to be. I'd have to look it up and see which name, but yeah, she seems like she's going a little crazy about what's happening now, and I think she wanted to stop us. But I'd have to look and see who she was. It might have been Sin that she was imitating, but yeah, something weird, something very weird. But anyhow, I know that we're getting kind of close to finishing up here, and we'll do this again. I feel like this has been very easy to communicate with everyone here. Maybe open it up for some questions. If anyone has questions for Peter.
Yeah, I think we are going to finish here. Yeah, I think you are right.
Okay, Tyson.
Yeah. I wanted to mention, Tor sent me something the other day, and just Mike, I think, I shared it. When in this reality, I went to Toronto, so I was messed up with the days. So I went there on July 3rd up until July 4th, and a mission occurred over there, and this as a result with the incident that people saw, like in Canada with Rogers, and so I've seen that Rogers is governed by Monarch. Well, and Jessica I did not know Shaw Communication Inc. But I get the intel that it's related to Shaw House, but I don't know if it's too early. But yeah, EMP devices we install over there, and but there was a gentleman, Peter. Uh, it wasn't it it wasn't Lincoln, but the guy had brown skin like myself, and I've seen a lady. She seemed familiar, but afterwards, I got confirmation that was Faith O'Connor's. So this was a Kroger mission. So first question, Peter, do you know who the gentleman was? Because he was giving instructions and we were paying attention.
Yes, just the Lincoln, I don't want to say was giving instruction. Lincoln was observer in this mission. That's another part of the revelation. Okay, maybe we can talk about this mission or this part of this revelation in next time or next time. What do you think, Jessica? It will be very good opportunity. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And I also had some recalls, but I didn't feel it was the right time to share it. And maybe and other people might have some recalls that we can explore that more when everything's safe for us to share. Does that sound good? Yeah. Anything else that you want to share, Tyson, for now?
No, because it's related to, apparently it's related to where you went. So I think it's too early to talk about.
Yeah, related to what, Virginia Beach? Yeah. Yep. Anyone else want to share? Any other questions for Peter before we go?
I'm good. It was good to be on with all of you, and it's just always an honor to speak on these shows, speak about disclosure, because in the community, in the disclosure community, it's been obviously infiltrated, it's been disbanded, it's been like broken up apart, but us being together and continuing on to talk about the truth is very important, especially right now, to carry on in for disclosure, for actual, what's best for this reality.
Yes, thank you very much, Anthony, for your insight, because once again, I want to say we are definitely not AI, or we are not working with AI or whatever. What do you think, Jessica? What do you want to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, we've had quite a struggle with people using our content without our permission and saying that they're a part of us and they're not. And which is, I mean, if they were interested in us, they could communicate with us privately and have a discussion, but it didn't happen that way. They're doing it for show.
That was one thing I wanted to mention, was obviously seeing that happening now. Like, people are running out of content to disclose, and now they're seeing the ACIO's content and using it, and it's happening. But that's because we have we have the files from the ACIO, the information from the ACIO.
Right, and we've never taken from anyone. We've always, Peter has always had his authentic information, and I'm a witness to that. I've been with him for many years. And, recently I think it's kind of antagonistic. Maybe they're trying to get us to not look professional.
Now. Yes, it's right. 6 years now.
Right. So people are like, well, we can use this information. No, you can't with at least if you're going to say, this is from the ACIO website, this is our information. That's different. We appreciate if people want to share our information, but not to say it's their information and then not cite our information. And then also there's people that are talking about us and saying that we're part of the ACIO, or that You know, the Labyrinth group is dictating certain things to us, and so that information is, I think, it's whether it's a misunderstanding or, you know, it just feels like there's a lot going on out there, and so we're just trying to provide the correct information for people. If they want to know about us, all our content's on the website. If people think that they're going to out us or, you know, expose us for being bad or liars or anything like that, I don't know what the issue is. You know, obviously people are gonna, you know, make up stuff if they want to discredit, but I do think it's coming from these entities that are angry that we're doing these missions, and it's triggering. And so, you know, kind of like,
it's triggering them. It's triggering them because, you know, it's easy. It's like if we are doing well, if we are successful in that what we are doing, it's very upsetting for them. You know, it's easy.
It is, and they don't even know why. It's almost like they're being puppeted, and they're being told to, you know, shut those people down, and they don't know why. And our presence bothers them, and or if, you know, if they're trying to be influencers, they don't like that we have a presence or that we have any type of authority. If they are being influenced by someone that wants them to shut us down, then they're going to say some really weird things and, you know, try to do that. But, you know, it's not going to happen. Tyson, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm gonna be careful, but it's regarding that, as let's say this asset from Shaw House, right? And to lure or to distract, let's say individual, all right? So I've seen she had a device or technology from Monarch that was installed in her eyes, and that was the way that she could mesmerize or hypnotize or mind control, let's say, someone in particular. Peter, this technology, is that simply like a chip?
Yeah, it's a chip. Yes, you are right. It's chip, but you know, it's like it got this particular individual got femtides, so it's x 10 minus 15, but it's chip, and it's very highly sophisticated chip, and you cannot get out this chip. You cannot get rid of this chip once you've got it installed.
So does that mean that she's going to be that people like that will be an ongoing problem, or is that chip going to be neutralized?
Pretty much, it can be turned off, but only by the manufacturer.
Yeah, so they've got a failsafe in it.
Pretty much, you are right.
Well, I mean, I guess we just keep going, doing what we need to do, and try not to get too bogged down in disinformation regarding us or anything that we're doing. But on a more positive note, I'm really happy that we came together as a group. I had a vision of this about a year ago. I said I wanted to do, you know, like a round table, and for whatever reason, we were unable to do that until now, but I'm glad that we were able to do it finally. So with that said, then, it looks like Olaf has something to share.
Actually, it was something Tyson told us. I remember the technology, the earlier missions for Kruger. We used that, you know, the technology through our eyes, so we could. Still today, I have, you know, like daytime, I see these holograms popping up in front of my eyes. It's, it's especially the left eye. I believe it's because I also did some missions as a pilot for Kruger, so it's still popping up some of these like holographic pictures in front of my eyes. So it's just I also want to say that I'm very grateful to be here with you guys. It's very good to. It's actually like a miracle that we are able to come together as a group. I've known Peter since 2016, and this is yeah, it's unbelievable that we are here together and that we also are part of the same unit. Thank you.
Okay. Any last thoughts, Michael?
Thank you to all of you guys being here. It's always great opportunity to being here on your channel. Jessica, once again, thank you very much for great time.
You're very welcome, Peter.
Till next time. Till next time.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to all of our listeners. We appreciate your time and openness and support and everything that we're doing. And until next time, we'll bring back the round table. Have a good day.
You have been listening to the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Marrocco. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Visit www.acio-agency.org and www.readingsbyarael.com. Post your questions and comments below. We look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to support our work. All the links can be found in the description. Thank you.